to Sales Master.
Thank you, Steve. Hello, everybody. Yes. Are you excited? Yes. I am so excited today to be back with you guys. It's been a little while, and it's good to see people back from Korea, from Mexico. This is a global Atomi family. Brooklyn's in the house? Yes. And probably many other places. I think North Carolina is represented. In this little room of less than about 20 people or so, we have the whole world represented. That's the kind of consumer club Atomy is. It's amazing. And you know, e-commerce or e-shopping is the big thing, right? Yes. Everybody's doing it. We know the department stores are going out of business, right? They say another 10 or 15 years you won't go to any department store. Everybody's going to be e-commerce. So tonight I'm going to tell you how we as consumer members can make not only ourselves healthy with Atomy, but we can make ourselves rich with Atomy. And not only ourselves, but our friends and our families and our communities. So let's go. The way that you make income in Atomy is like this. It's very, very simple. The products do it for us. You heard all the wonderful products, they do it for us because the products have absolute high quality, really good stuff, right? At absolute low price. Absolute low price. There's nowhere else in the world you have that choice. Usually you pay a lot of money for a very good one, or you pay very little money for the cheapos, right? But ours is inexpensive, but it's not cheap. You know what I mean? It's good quality. So this gives us customer success. That's what the company is based on, customer success. And that customer success is what drives the income. Because when people love the product, they're going to reorder the product, right? And when they voluntarily, no one forces you to buy this product. Just switch from other product companies and then come to Atomy. And when you do, people just get crazy. Anybody crazy for Atomy products here? I'm crazy. I'm crazy. You have to be crazy to be successful in e-commerce. Anyway, voluntary reordering is going to make what we call residual income. Residual income means you can sit on your butt and get money no matter what you're doing. You can be in the hospital and make money. You can be on vacation in Cancun and make money. You can be, just with your kids having fun, making money. That's residual income. That's usually what the rich people do, right? And in Atomy, we can become like that. And we don't rip anybody off because they're getting great products at low price. They're saving money. So that's what drives our company. And it's not a business-driven company. The company also only makes money when people buy the products and use them. That's the only way. That's the only way they make money. So it's all consumer-driven. It's all about the consumer. Everything is for the consumer. And because the consumers love it, it gets them to be healthy and save money. And everybody who wants to can make a living income. Let's talk about that. So all you have to do is switch to save and be healthy. And then what happens is you just shop online, right? But guess what? There's no fees. There's no joining fees. There's no website fees. There's no annual fees. Anybody ever heard of a company called Amazon? Yes. Anybody shop on Amazon? Yeah. We can admit it. We can admit it. Eventually we'll have all their products so we won't have to. But you know what? Amazon charges for premium, right? $100 a year. You know how much they're $99 a year. You know what? They have $107 billion of sales last year. You know how much they make on all the membership fees? $4 billion. Think about that. All Atomy has to do, we have 3 million people that are active consumers, or at least. If we charged $100, that's a lot of money. How much is it? It's about what, 300 million?
Yeah, 300 million.
300 million. Check it out on the calculator. But 300 million extra profit for the company. But guess what? Mr. Park and the management, they don't do that. They're not greedy like that. They want people to save money and not to have to spend that money. So that's a beautiful thing. There's no risk to join it. There's no fee. It's a wonderful thing. There's our homepage. And guess what? There's no requirement to buy anything. There's many other companies and you're required to buy, you know? And we don't have that. We're not required, and they're not going to auto ship you. We don't even take your credit card when you have somebody sign up. You decide when you want to buy and you put your credit card in yourself. So it's a beautiful way to get into e-commerce for yourself and save money, right? And eventually, we're going to have hundreds of thousands of products because, you know, so you won't have to shop on Amazon and you won't have to shop on Alibaba or Taibo, you know? You won't have to do that because we have the Atomi family. So what happens? How do we make the money? Well, we just shop. Shop and use it, and then every product has a price and it has PV. Point values is what it's called. So point values is going to show you how you make the money, and that's what we're going to talk about here for a minute. So if you buy a set of 5 of these wonderful toothpaste that are very functional and it's very inexpensive, $3.75 for one of these tubes, lasts you 4 months, 2,500 PV. You buy the wonderful E-omega-3, the best thing on the market, right? $20.50 for 3 months supply. That's $7 for 1 month supply, okay? 6,400 PV. Now, a friend of mine tried to convince me to join her company, which is called an MLM, okay? Her company, okay? Guess what? The ingredients were nothing like this. They weren't from the pure fish oil. They didn't have the deep DHA and EPA levels of 65%. You know how much theirs cost for 1 month supply for the consumer? I'm going to tell you, $40, over $40. Ours are $70. And then they get you, they say, well, if you do the business and pay all these fees, if you're a business person, you get it for $21 a month. But we still only pay $7. They pay three times more if they're a business person and they have to pay all these fees. That's how wonderful Atomy is. There's nothing like it because of the heart of Mr. Park. He wants people to be successful. You heard about all of our wonderful skincare products? Well, if you buy one of these items, you'd get 5,000 PV and pay only $17. And these are inexpensive too. If you buy the whole set, it's $88 for the lowest price, and you get 25,000 PV. 25,000 PV. But sometimes, this is a product that you can sometimes buy one box and pay $159 if you want 100,000 PV. That's your option. So if you're a consumer, buy it at the lowest price. But if you're a business person, sometimes you need just a little more PV, I'll show you in a minute, to get a check.
Yes.
Okay? And then that time, it might be worth it to get some extra PV because you don't want to lose your points. What else? The last one, we're going to have questions at the end. So we're going to have a small group gathering at the end of the meeting, and you'll be able to ask questions. So we'll just leave that for there. But we'll welcome those questions at the end. Yes. Now, this is Hemoheme, our signature product. This has several price points depending on how many you buy. If you buy one for $159, you'll receive 100,000 PV. If you buy up to 4, the order would be $352 or $88 per box. But as a consumer, you can always buy the cheapest price because you buy it together with your partners, or when you buy it for yourself, your mother-in-law, you know, your friend. So you can always get the cheapest price as a consumer. Okay? So that's what it is. Now, how do these PVs turn into money? I'm sure you're thinking this. All of you, I can see, especially the newcomers. How do we make the money? Well, there's 2 big buckets of money that we make. One is our general commission. The second is our mastership bonus. And that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the time talking about briefly. So if you came in as a consumer like I did, I wasn't even the main consumer, my wife, but we were using the products for a year, and we didn't know, but then we found out, my wife started coming meetings, you can make some money. But guess what? We didn't have to do anything else. We already had our member number. You don't have to do anything else. And that's good over the globe. There were no additional fees, no fees at all. Still no obligations, no investment. That's how easy it is to get in. So let's go over the formula for how you make money. This is kind of trying to explain this, but the easiest way you're going to know how to make money is as you consume it. You're going to start seeing points in your own office on the web, and you'll start to see checks. That's the most fun way to learn how you make money. But this is just kind of a theory of how it's calculated so you can understand how it is. You may not get it all if you're here for the first time, but you'll hear it again and again. But we'll try to simplify it today for you. So first of all, when you buy product under your own account number, it goes into your personal PV account, okay? And the purpose for this is for you to be qualified. So we have certain levels of qualification, and actually they've made it easier. There used to be 4 levels, 300,000, 700,000, 1.5 million, and 2.4 million that you had to have in your own account to get certain size checks. But then, in the spring, the company decided, let's make it easy. They gave 2 options, and I'm only going to talk about this one option because basically, if you have this 300,000, it never goes away. This method, 300,000 in your personal account, it never goes away, and you're qualified for life. So I like that one because you get qualified, you do not have any income yet, and there's no expiration. That means these points stay there, they never go away. Some of these other companies, they reset them every month, but not Atomy. Atomy lets you keep it, so it's very easy to be qualified. Just shop, and like we did, we didn't even know we were already qualified before we knew we could make money because we were just shopping. Okay, now what happens is people start to get interested because they see that you're looking good, you're feeling good, you have a bounce in your step, you come from the Atomy meetings, and you feel all excited because you have a new future, right? We have a future of leisure, of luxury, right? When we're gonna make this residual income. So when you come in on one leg. Someone puts you on one leg, but we're actually a binary system. That means 2 legs or 2 lines. This is the way you're gonna make money. So this is how the consumption is going to turn your PV into money. So, for example, my friend comes in, Joe, and he starts buying his Hemoheme, and then his personal PV gets credited, but also that goes into my left group PV. And Mrs. Lee up here, she buys her Skincare 6 system. Those points are for her PV, but they're also for my group, my left group PV. See how it works? So everybody, when you shop on your own number, it qualifies for that person's personal PV, but it also adds up to everybody's left PV. So that's my left PV, and this person is also going to receive Joe and Mrs. Lee's points. That's how it's synergy together, and that's why we work together in Atomy. So we have these 2 groups, and we need 2 groups because we're only able to make money if both groups start to match. So when we have our qualification of 300,000 and 300 and 300 on each leg, we will receive a check of $70. $70 is really good because any other system that has something like this typical check level would be maybe $5 or $6. It's nothing almost, right? But ours is very generous. Now it's calculated daily, based on the points that come in daily, but you're paid the next week, but paid every week, every week. Now, as the consumption goes up, yourself, your group, right? So everybody's starting to do it. Well, the points are going to start to add up. And when you get 700 on each leg, you'll have a check for 140, 1.5 million, we'll have a check for 280, and then 2.4 million for 420, and 6,700,000, and 1,180 when you have 20 and 20 on each leg. And then 50, you hit the maximum of your general commission now, that's what this is, of $1,400 a day, which is about $35,000 a month. $35,000, that's $400,000 a year you can potentially make with Atomy, just from your general commission. And then in New Jersey, you are in the 1% wealthy people. Can you imagine we have a chance to be in the 1%? There's a lady who understands what I'm saying. 1%. Not that you're in the 1%, but I don't need that much money. I plan to give half of it away, right? We plan to give more than half of it away. We want to be the holy rich, help other people, because we don't need all that money. We don't want to be like Jeff Bezos. I don't want to be. You know Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon?
Yeah.
You know how much money he's worth right now? As of this last month? $70 billion. He's the second most wealthy man in the world. And some of that came from all those fees that people were paying in here for him to have all that money. You know what he does with that money now? He's making rocket ships. I want to help people with their house, with their hospitals. That's the kind of people we're becoming, and Mr. Park wants us to become. So this is a good money, right? And all it comes from is shopping. So you have to just shop, and that's what it is. What else can I tell you about this? It's very generous for the early comers. You get a 100% payout rate because Mr. Park wants beginners to be successful, and it goes down when you go up in level. But guess what? This is a very generous system because we have unlimited levels of points that can come out to us. Even if there's 10,000 people down, 1 million people down, all those points come up to us. That's what I call the unlimited level. Unlimited level. You know, these other companies, they call them multi-level marketing because they have something like this, but they limit you to maybe 7 levels of people. 7 levels. We can have millions of levels. Millions. Eventually, maybe, there's 7 billion people in the world, so eventually, we'll probably have 6 billion at least people in the world. Somebody will have billions of people in the world. And all those points come up to us. That's one reason why this is generous. And that's why we call it a ULM, unlimited level marketing. And this points on both sides stay until you get paid. They don't reset. You know what a reset is? These other companies, if it was November 30th yesterday, and you worked hard in November, and you didn't get your check, and you have 6 million points here, you know what happens to those 6 million points? It flushes out. They take them away from us, like stealing candy from a baby. It's very mean. It's very mean. But Atomy is very generous, like a nice, generous uncle, you know? Mr. Park is our generous uncle. He lets us keep our 6 million points in that. Okay? And then if you're new and you get your first 300,000, then you get your $70 check. Okay? Now you're geared up, okay? You're not going to let it get up to 6 million again because you're going to be introducing people, right? So maybe, you know, you're going to have a lot of people here at the first, maybe, because there's been a lot of people coming in before you even knew there was a meeting to make money. But that's what happens. But guess what? It just keeps going and going, and it stays until you're paid. And it is paced on the smaller leg. So with that 6 million, what I said was if you get your 300,000, you only get a check of $70 because that's only fair, right? Because we're not what? We're not communists. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people on one leg before you get in. They're doing a lot of work before you even think about doing the business. So when you come into the business, you have to work on both legs, but one of the legs is shorter. So it's your work that helps and your partner's works that is on your shorter leg. That's your money leg, they call it, okay? So you are paid on your shorter leg. And after you're paid, it goes to zero, but it's a global business, and you're going to hear tonight about the benefits of the global business later. Because all these countries are opening. All these countries are opening, okay? And if somebody that you don't even know, sometimes you have a neighbor that joins Atomy and they start shopping, you don't even know that they have a relative in Mexico or Taiwan. And eventually you're going to have points from all these other people. And you wake up in the morning and you see, so we check, you know, who bought from Korea? Who bought from, you know, another country in Asia? Who's going to buy from Mexico? And you're just, while you're sleeping, that's residual income. Now, there's also a bonus called, based on mastership levels. We have 7 levels: Sales Master, Diamond Master, Sharon Rose Master, Star Master, Royal Master, Crown Master, and Imperial Master. And this just means that at each of these levels, you're going to receive an extra bonus check, okay? So what happens is there's a bonus pool of money, but even beautiful, more beautiful in Atomy is that the beginners who are sales masters take 50% of the bonus pool. Unheard of anywhere else. And the rest of the 6 levels share the other 50%. So Mr. Park wants the beginners to be successful and to get money quickly, okay? So this is actually the main goal when you join, is to reach the sales master. Because if you reach the sales master level and you get a sustainable level of sales master, you're going to go up from there. Within a year or 2, you're going to reach the next level, okay? Because you're going to have a structure. We'll talk about what that means. So how do we get to that sales master level? What does that mean? Well, this is one way to calculate it. The bonuses are calculated every half of a month. So the 1st to the 15th and then the end of the month. And what we need is we need 2.5 million points on each leg to receive enough quantity to be called a sales master. So when we get 2.5 million points, we will have 8 checks, because we'll hit the 300 at least, 8 checks, and then we may have to add another 100K. So that's why we might want to buy that Skincare 6 system at that extra price, maybe, but hopefully not. And we'll have $560 of our commission, our general commission, in that half-month period. And once we hit that level that's already set by the company, what kicks in is, bam, another $450 to give us $1,000 in a half month. $1,000. And that's a beautiful thing, right? We love that. And then when it happens again, another $1,000. And so when you reach $2,000 a month, this is the definition of sales master level. And the first time, and you get to go up on the stage at the Success Academies, and every level as well after that, but you get to be called a sales master, okay? And then, because Atomi doesn't have recruiting fees, it's all consumption, it takes a little time. It's up and down, up and down, up and down for a while. It's like making the roots of a bamboo tree. It takes time for those roots to grow. So you don't see it grow initially that quickly. But every consumer is giving you the roots for your success. So eventually what happens is you'll reach this $2,000 income level every month because you'll have the volume of people in your 2 legs, and then you'll be called an auto sales master. Auto sales master is really, you've hit the career point and you can make $2,000 to $4,000 a month in the sales master level. And it's a beautiful thing because not only you will have residual income, but your children and your grandchildren or someone you designate to 3 levels can receive your residual income. So it's really like an investment. By switching your products from Atomy, you're saving money, you're being healthy, and you're actually investing in your life, income, your child, and your grandchild. That's how important this first level of Sales Master is, and that's the benefit of Sales Master. And there's nowhere else where you can receive that kind of residual income in this world today. If there is, let me know. But we haven't found it. Have we found it? No. Atomy way is the way to make this residual income.
Social Security won't do it.
That won't do it. That's about all you get, right? Most people only get $2,000 a month in Social Security. And that's it. But with Sales Master level, you're going to go up and up to these other levels. And we'll see how much you can make there. So how do we practically do it? It's really simple. If you just use the products, eventually you're going to use a lot of products. Emily said she used all the products. Many people in this room use, what, 10 products a month? Raise your hand. If you use 10 products a month, at least 10 products a month. How about 20 products a month? Look around. Look at these people. 30 products. 50 products. Look around. Look at these people. 50 products. Well, if you use anywhere like about 15 products a month, roughly, you'll be what we call a loyal consumer, which will be generating about 100,000 PV a month. It's going to happen. Because why would someone keep paying too much money to these other stores? Even Walmart makes too much money. They have $100 billion, 3 of the family members. You know, why give our money to Walmart? Why give it to Steve Bezos, right? They don't need our money. Let's shop together. So if we have 100,000 loyal consumers, then all we need is we need 50 households in the first half of the month to give us that $1,000, another 50 in the second month, to give us the second $1,000. And we need 100 households being loyal consumers, giving us that $2,000 a month sales master. Now it could come another way too. You just may have a lot of people that just, buy $50,000 a month. So it's not even this yet. And it's even easier than that because you don't really need to do 100 people or 100 households yourself. You know why? Anybody know why? Because your partners, your other consumers, they're going to also introduce people. Maybe you only need 10 households because if every one of those 10 gets another 10, what? For you, it's 100. And the person under you, it already counts for 90. And the person below, 80. So you need really a good 10. Think about 10 at the beginning. And then add another 10 and another 10. But by that time, you're going to have people in this room together with you. Okay? So that's how you do it. And it's very simple to start. We've already started. How many people are registered as members in this room? I hope everybody. If not, sign up because there's no risk. And be a loyal consumer. Just be a loyal consumer and share your testimonies. If something works for you, if the product really works for you, and sometimes people are going to ask you about it because they're going to see your face is better if you have pimples, if you had a bad knee and you couldn't walk well and you're taking hemoheme and you can walk up the stairs straight, people notice. People with arthritis, when all their friends know that they couldn't bend their hands and they couldn't move their legs, they're going to say, what are you doing? Because everybody wants to know. You know what people do all day, the older people? They sit in coffee shop and after they have some, or a restaurant, and after that they do what? They take out all their medicine bottles. They take their 5 or 10 medicines. And then when you're not taking any medicine, they look at you. What's wrong with you? Okay? And then even the athletes, this hemoheme is good for your oxygen because new blood gives you oxygen. Right. The little kids, they run around because they have fresh blood. Blood is life in the Bible, right? They have fresh blood and they can run around. So even athletes can use this. Truck drivers. So share your testimonies if it works. Look, we have people enjoying the hemoheme right here. They don't want to wait. Actually, last night I was speaking to a crowd and they asked me, how do you have so much energy? You know what you tell them? Hemoheme. And then you're in another discussion. Share the testimonies at all. It's not, it's not hard because people are going to tell you about their problems. They may have money problems, Well, then you better save some money. Try some Atomi products. And then later they'll find out that they can make money. Attend the meetings. So congratulations, you're all a success tonight because you're attending this meeting. But the meetings are, guess what? Free. Do you ever hear of a guy named, Tony Robbins or Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki, these people that have all these get rich or be positive kind of seminars? What happens? You have to pay for those things, $100, Donald Trump, $100, $500. And what happens when you finish that seminar? They sign you up for the next one for $500. We're free. This is a free education. And you know what? The education system is done. I'm on a board of a community college, and I keep telling them they don't get it completely yet, but you're done because you don't need education anymore. You know why? Because there are no jobs for the educated. There's no jobs. These kids have college degrees, $50,000 of debt or more, and they can't get a job. So, a financial guy from Wall Street, I had some club soda with him last night, and he was telling me, he checked the numbers again, college educated, average income, 20-year-old, 25-year-old, $25,000 to $35,000. They're just a little bit like, they're a sales master. They're less than a sales master, but they have all this debt. They're less than a sales master, highly educated, right? That's what's happening in this world today. That's why everybody has 2 or 3 jobs. That's why Walmart's 30% of their employees are on food stamps. There's no living income out there. And guess what? Don't forget, the robots are taking our jobs. The robots are here. Right now, one of the best jobs you can get, money-paying jobs, and you can get a $5,000 sign-up bonus if you're qualified with a CDL license to be a truck driver. You can get those jobs, but guess what's going to happen? And I'll tell you, within 2 years, I predict it. The automated vehicle the robot vehicle. They're going to put them in trucks first. You know why? It costs about $20,000 a vehicle, and a truck costs almost $1 million. So that's a relatively cheap thing to do because then they don't need a driver. 3.5 million driver jobs are going to be gone. So the point is that you don't need an education out there because they haven't figured out how to get you jobs yet. No one has figured it out. That's what that election was about too. But no one has a real answer except for Atomy. And the point is that Mr. Park is changing the economy because we have a distribution problem. When Walmart and Amazon has all the money, and now there's Alibaba, and they're coming in, and they have all the money, other people don't have jobs. They can't consume. So the whole thing with Atomy is let's shop together in our own marketplace, and we don't have shareholders. The majority of the money, 70% of the profits in the company come back to the members. 70%, 70%. On Wall Street, the most they'll give, as outgo is 5% maybe dividend. No one pays the profits like Atomy. So that's why you attend the meetings, because it's free, and you're going to learn here more than you can do anywhere else, because you're not really learning knowledge so much. You're learning a little bit of information. Mainly you're getting motivated to just share with people. That's really it. Because the products, as we said, do it themselves. But we come to the meetings to be motivated and to go for our goal, right? And to be together and also to be with like-minded people. Because when we're successful making all this money, we want people that can appreciate us. And we have to keep the same open mind. And out there, people are very many times negative, right? They're negative. So we need the positive energy. So attend the meetings. And when you do, this is what's going to happen. This is the money that we can make. Sales Masters 2 to 4,000, Diamond 4 to 10, Sharon Rose 10 to 20, Star Masters 20 to 40, Royal Masters 40 to 45, Crown Masters 45 to $50,000. With the bonus when it kicks in, Imperial Master making $600,000 a year is a beautiful thing. Now this is the formula, and guess what? It's not about consumption anymore. It's about leadership, okay? Because to move up after sales, you can do Sales Master, at the beginning, just as consumer, get a lot of consumers. But then you have to look for leaders. And then to get to the next level, you have to bring 2 people up. So to become a Diamond Master, you have to bring up 2 Sales Masters on each leg. And so on. To Imperial Master, you have to bring up 2 Crown Masters. So it's about leadership and cooperation, and it's different from any other workplace. Because every other workplace, you're competing to hopefully not be fired, first of all, and then if you get to stay, to be promoted, okay? So this is the formula. We can make a lot of good money, but guess what? People are making this money. There are Sales Masters in this room, Diamond Masters, Sharon Rose Masters, and even Star Masters in this room. Can we say hello to Judy Shim? That's her center. $20,000 a month. $20,000 a month, right? That's a beautiful thing. And there's Sharon Rose Masters. I see Susan and I see Mrs. Mingjia out there. At least $10,000 a month. We have some Diamond Masters. And where are the Diamond Masters? We have Diamond Masters. We have a lot of Sales Masters, right? So this was the formula, but people are making this. And in Korea, they have Crown Masters, 3 of them. 3 of them, Crown Masters. And they're going to become Imperial Masters, and it's going to be wonderful. So why is Atomy so different? You've heard the little points, but here's the big summary of it. The old economy is all a pyramid scheme. I'm not just talking about the MLMs, folks. I'm talking about the IBMs, the General Motors, the Facebooks, the Googles, the Amazon, the Alibaba, okay, the banks. The government. The president makes more than the congressman, right? The government, the military. The generals make more than the soldiers. The whole world is a pyramid scheme, folks. We know that, right? A few people make all the money, all that money, all the moolah, all the dinero, all the okane, all the won, all the yuan. They're all making it. All of that. And most of the people, they're only making 1%, if they can. And they're competing with robots. And they're getting sick. And they're going to the hospital. And they don't have any residual income until they find us. And they come to this meeting and they join Atomy. And then what happens is we break this structure of the 1%. We don't want to have the 1%. We want to have the Atomy model where we cut the top off for equal chance to success. Mr. Park set a limit of $50,000 a month. You saw it. He took all that money at the top, and what did he do with it? He pushed it down to the beginners. We are not a pyramid, folks. We are a rectangle. We are a rectangle business. Rectangle. Equal chance for success at the top, $50,000, $600,000 a year. We have that potential if we stay with it, okay? It doesn't matter how long it takes to get from Sales Master, Diamond Master, Sharon Rose Master, Royal Master, Star Master, Crown Master, Imperial Master. It doesn't matter how much time you need. Take as much time or go as quick as you want, right? We can do it together. There's no time limit, and we say again, there's no fees. There's no obligation. There's no investment. Can we say it? No fees, no obligations, no investment. We can do it, folks, and we're going to get other bonuses, promotional bonuses like products at these levels of Sales Master and Diamond Master. We're going to get a monthly bonus, okay? One-time bonus of $2,000 at Sharon Rose Master and 2 travel tickets. And then 10,000 bonus as a Star Master and 4 travel tickets. You see the sign. It happened here. This lady went on a trip. This lady went on a trip. It's real. It's not just a presentation, folks. This is reality. And guess what? Someday, we're going to have a Royal Master from this room in this state of New Jersey. And you're going to get a one-time $50,000. A car lease payment, 4 travel tickets, and a monthly expense account of $2,000 a month. But that gets better. There you go, Crown Master. $300,000 one-time bonus. Another car. You're going to need a big house because you're going to have lots of garages. 4 travel tickets, and now $5,000 a month expense account to spoil you down line. And the ultimate of it all, $1 million cash bonus. Yeah. Are you ready to spend it? Yeah. I'm ready to spend it. But guess what? I'm going to have a driver and a limo. I'm going to have an office and a secretary, 2,000 square feet. I'm going to have 4 travel tickets. I'm now going to have $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a month. Those poor college students are making $35,000 a month. That's our expense account. After we come back from a trip we didn't pay for. Driven from the airport by our limo driver. Coming back to our office with our secretary. With $1 million in the trunk. How awesome is that? Can you believe this? Yes. This is like a dream. Mr. Park is like our sugar daddy. Sugar Daddy Park. That's what it is. And people are making this money, folks. Look at that $10,000. Cash money, as the man said on the stage last month. Cash money. There are Royal Masters, $50,000. Look at this, the $300,000 suitcase. I'd pay for a little better, more expensive suitcase for my $300,000, but that's all right. Do what you want. Here's the car, $64,000. Sweet, right? Yeah. And then, here's the travel trip. All right, this has happened. These are the 3 Crown Masters. These may be the first Imperial Masters, but there's no guarantee. Because with Atomy, anybody can shoot up like a bamboo sprout. Some of it's on hard work. Some of it's on your partners. Some of it's on your luck. So pray every day. But guess what? This is truly a successful company, and here's the evidence. We have a growing group of mini-rich. Now, we have 2 categories. We have Leaders Club, which is $100,000 and over, and we have Royal Leaders Club, which is $200,000 and over. And guess what? This is old data. But last December, a year ago, there were only 300 people making $100,000 or more in the company. But guess what? By June, there was already 100 more people. There were 400 people making over $100,000 a month. And look at that. 1 out of 3 of them are making over $200,000, including the wonderful Judy and Jason Shim, And we have a royal, we have royal Leaders Club members, Susan Chang and her husband making 100,000, and Terry's son. And so the evidence is here. People in this room and in this country are making this success. So it's a motivation to all of us. We can do it, right? Yeah. Because we do it together. So just stay at it. Just keep shopping. Just keep loving your neighbor and sharing the products. Keep coming to the meetings and listen to people and just share it and share the love. And we'll all be successful and meet together at the top. Thank you so much, Atomic Presidents. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Domo arigato. Sheshe.